Shout out to all my guys and goddesses checking out this video. I am C, the spiritual goddess, here for another video. In today's video, we will be talking about quite a few things. We're going to be talking about Cam Newton, all that drama with that. We're going to be talking about Ice Spice and her friend CleoTrapa. We're also going to be talking about Rock Nation trying to prop Megan up to be Beyonce, and a lot more. If this is something you're interested in, go ahead, hit that thumbs up. Also, guys and goddesses, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the link below. If you ever wanted to get a reading, if you ever want to book a reading, now is the time. I have 50% off my text and phone readings, so you want to go ahead and make sure you take advantage of that. Limited slots are available. Take advantage while you can. Also, if you're looking to get your free readings sent to your inbox every week, make sure you guys go ahead and sign up for my email list. And then also check out my other reading or my other video. I will be announcing a tarot giveaway, so make sure you guys keep notice for that. All right, let's get into these topics. Okay, so I'm gonna knock this out. First, I want to talk about the Cam Newton Nick Cannon. Dr. Cheyenne recently sat down with Cam Newton and it went viral, and then it brought up Nick Cannon's whole video. If you haven't already, make sure you guys check that out. It's on the Neighborhood Talk. I'll try to leave a clip here if I can remember. This is what I want to say about it, just to keep it simple. There's a lot of Cam Newtons and Nick Cannons of the world. I used to always say this back in the day when I was out here dating, child. You know, before I got married and stuff. I used to always say to my friends, I used to tell my friends this: watch these men out here. There are men who try to keep women by trapping them with a baby. When I was saying it back in the day, people was like, no. But there is. You know what? Cam Newton, I think, triggered so many people, because he didn't really trigger me, because there's men like this everywhere. But I think the reason why he triggered some people along with Nick Cannon is because some people realize that they are or have been in close proximity to men of the same bracket. And I'm not talking about financial bracket. I'm talking about the bracket of they try to keep you with a keeper baby. Basically, they don't want to commit. They don't want to make you a wife or anything, but they are okay with making broken homes. And it's so funny because he made a statement about Cam Newton about, you know, not trusting marriage, but you're okay with making a baby. You know what I mean? I'm not saying marriage is for everyone. I don't believe marriage is for everyone. And this is me speaking as a happily married woman. My path may not be everyone's path, but it is kind of crazy. You do have to watch those men who want to keep you around to put a baby in you because they feel like they want to keep tabs on you while they go out and do their thing. And I really do feel like there's a lot of brokenness, especially in our community. There's more Cam Newtons of the world. They just don't have the money. You know, they like to create these broken homes. But then at the same time, these would be the same men hollering about women should pick better. No, it should be on both ends. Like, you shouldn't bring your brokenness into a relationship. You shouldn't bring your brokenness in making a baby. You get what I'm saying? It has to be accountability on both ends. You get what I'm saying? And to show you how broken and unhealed Cam Newton is, what does he do? He changes the title of the podcast talking about Dr. Cheyenne, 40 plus, not married. Sir, you're not married either. You know what I don't get? The people who give Dr. Cheyenne, it was a couple people was trying to talk mess, not a lot, but about her being unmarried and trying to give advice. Does an orthopedic have to break his leg or whatever in order for him to be a good doctor? No. She's healed enough to know that she doesn't want to jump into a relationship until she works on her stuff. Can you say the same? You know what I mean? So I just really find it hilarious that we have people like him. But it's funny because there's more people like him in the world than we know. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, black community, that's something we have to talk about. This new generation, they're okay with having a baby but not being committed. And it's kind of crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? If I could tell any young person out there, give any advice, wait to have your children. And this is no shade to anybody who had their children young, but wait till you have your children. I'm so glad I had my first baby after 35, closer to 40, because of the patience, because of the maturity. And you know, if I would have just gave my my body and gave a baby to someone from my past, I'll be in the same situation these baby mamas are in with Cam Newton. And this is no shade to nobody who's in this situation, because, you know, we all have our different paths, but I feel like we need to talk about more what happens with these broken homes. Co-parenting is not a normalcy. It's not normal. You get what I'm saying? But it's a good alternative when things go awry. Don't get me wrong, but we have people that's okay with just co-parenting instead of having a baby from a joint household. And that's a problem with this new generation. But that's what I have to say about that. Let me know what you guys think in regards to this Cam Newton situation. I'm so curious to hear from you. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Cam Newton is perfectly fine. Okay. Put a 2 if you think he needs healing. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. I want to talk about Meg the Stallion trying to take Beyonce's spot. I seen this. I was watching Impressive and I was looking at the shade room comments. Recently, Meg the Stallion, and I don't believe she's trying to take Beyonce's spot, guys or goddesses, but there's been talks about how Roc Nation is giving her some of the same moves that they give Beyonce, or that Beyonce has done in the past, especially with this last commercial, this Pepsi commercial. I think with the We Will Rock just solidify it. But people have been talking about, like, and check out Impressive video. I'll try to link it, but like the DNC conference, how Megan had the same performance outfits and the same dancers as Beyonce had for the Hillary. How her show, how it's, you know, the performance seemed more Beyonce-esque. How there was rumors about the VMAs when the blind items came out. You know, Desi Perez telling the VMAs that, look, you're going to let Megan perform. If she does, host. If she doesn't, we're not going to let Beyonce come to the VMAs. And you know, it's just been a lot of comparisons. People just been wondering, like, when it comes to them. My whole thing is not really that, because here's the thing. Do I think they're trying to prop Megan up to be the rap Beyonce? I feel like this is what's happening with Roc Nation. Megan's sales, you know, haven't been really good. Her last album got a lot of criticism. I think what they're trying to do, which a good management team will do, they're trying to prop her up. So, you know, if they prop her up with more endorsement deals and put her more in front of your face, hopefully that would translate to more sales if she appears bigger, right? I'm not mad at that. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You get what I'm saying? Do I feel like it's going to work? Not necessarily. You know, I will be putting out my Meg 5-year predictions. As a matter of fact, if we get this video to 20 likes, I'll go ahead and put that out. But what I do feel like my biggest criticism of the whole thing is not really more so Meg, it's really with Beyonce. Like, you literally have Chloe and Holly, your proteges. Why aren't you giving, especially Chloe, that look? That's more so where I'm coming from. And I get it, your husband, company Roc Nation, he's doing it, but it just kind of seems to me. I know I got a lot of criticism on my video when I said Chloe is being held back by Beyonce. Like, when she leaves Parkwood, and I stand by this, I feel like she will do better in her career. My whole thing is, why isn't Chloe getting these looks? Why isn't Chloe getting, like, you literally, and some people would try to absolve Beyonce. You can't absolve her from this. You can't absolve her from this. And I love Beyonce, but why isn't Chloe getting these keys, the look, the different things of that nature? She literally put out a good album and is getting no play, no promotion. And don't tell me Beyonce doesn't have to do it, because guess what? Beyonce promoted Victoria Monet with the BET Awards of her tribute performance to her Usher. But then when she got a lot of backlash, then she went and posted Chloe. That just seemed kind of off to me. And I don't know. I feel like Hollywood is weird. I feel like some of these artists sign these people to kind of stifle them because they don't want competition. I don't know. I'm kind of getting that vibe from Beyonce. I could be wrong. And I'm not saying Chloe can compete with Beyonce. You know, Beyonce put in work. But it does look kind of weird that you have two girls here that you signed with a crazy deal that wasn't really good if you look at their deal. And you're not promoting them the same way. And it's so funny because people have this thing when it comes to Beyonce where she's above reproach. So they're not going to say anything bad, but it does look bad. If this wasn't Beyonce, there's another label doing this or someone else, people will be criticizing. And that's really more so where I'm looking at it from. Like, why are you and your husband, because let's just be real, putting this energy to Meg, which you should. I'm not mad at Meg, but that same energy should be put into Chloe. I also feel like Chloe is just out here by herself. And I would say Holly too, but even Beyonce promoted The Little Mermaid. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of weird to me on that end. Do I feel like Roc Nation is going to be able to push Megan in that spot, or that quote, the Nicki spot? No, I don't think so, but I'm not mad at them for trying. That's what they're supposed to do with their artists. You get what I'm saying? I do feel like it's kind of backfiring on her, but I'm not really mad at that. But that's what I have to say about that there. Moving on. And let me know what you guys think. You can have a difference of opinion of than me. Just make sure you keep it respectful. Okay, I want to talk about right quick Tamar and this Jeremy. Tamar. Girl, I love me some Tamar, but girl, you are too old to be going through this over this man. This man, this Colonel Sanders looking man, got you out here crashing out, and you are looking crazy. And Tamar is very, very immature. I haven't watched the new Braxton Family Values yet, because I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows, but I don't want to really get into like the negative trauma things. I don't know. Is it a good show, guys? Let me know. But Tamar, you're too old to be making the same mistakes. I feel like at this point, what does it say about you? You need a healing. Maybe we should do a healing clinic on Tamar Braxton, like I did for Keisha Cole. I don't know what you guys think, but it's like, girl, aren't you tired of being embarrassed? I know I would be. But once again, Tamar, she's very immature. She got a lot of work to do on herself. It's unfortunate because of what happened to her in the past, and I feel like she's stuck at that age. She's stuck at that teenage age, but girl, I wish I would be out here crashing out over Colonel Sanders. Who, Tommy from Love and Hip Hop told you about him? She told you about him. And girl, I don't know, but yeah, that's all I really want to say about Tamar. Let's move on to Ice Spice and CleoTrapa. So, is Ice Spice a mean girl? We're going to go ahead and pull. The first thing I want to say from a standpoint, I see things from both sides. I do feel like, and I'm not going to get into all the parts of the story if you haven't heard already, but go ahead and check it out. A lot of people did videos on it. I want to talk about my thoughts on it. So, in my opinion, I see both sides and I put fault on both ends. Now, what I will say is, Ice Spice, you are out here looking crazy in your career. You're too early in your career for you to get dubbed a mean girl. You know what I'm saying? At least with some of these girls, whether I agree with people calling Nicki a mean girl, or people saying Beyonce have diva behavior, or whether I agree with it or not, at least they had established their career and they were talented. I'm not saying Ice Spice is not talented. What I'm saying is, you got a lot of work to go before you can get that diva status. And the thing about it is, how you treat people coming up, those same people you have to look coming back down. And I feel like the culprit here, the real culprit, is the people behind Ice Spice, her management. Once again, men coming in and it making issues. If you guys look at the text messages, not just the story that CleoTrapa was saying, if you look at those text messages and seeing what Ice Spice is saying and her team is saying, it's like, and then her management came out, it's really unfortunate. On one hand, I get, having an artist pay their dues. Like, okay, I gave you an opportunity, CleoTrapa. You gotta get it your own way. But also, that's your friend. You invited her. You told her you had her. And for you to go and treat her like that, I feel like those two was never friends. One thing I say, I wasn't buying the Baby Stormy thing, but Baby Stormy already exposed that they weren't really friends. The Ice was talking mess. So my whole thing is, CleoTrapa, I do feel like you use Ice, and I feel like Ice used you. I do feel like that. I feel like they used each other. I feel like that's what it was at the end of the day. But I do have a question. If Ice had such a quote-unquote dark soul and all that, CleoTrapa, why did you continue being friends with her? See, that's where I kind of have to be like, with her, because I'm not going to be friends with someone who I feel like that about. You know, that's my kind of issue. And then going online to expose it is giving but at the same time, I do feel like Ice Spice was in the wrong. I'm just gonna be real with you. Ice Spice, and then what you did afterwards, how you put a poll up making fun of CleoTrapa, calling her a bum and stuff. Let's not forget where you just came from. It was a point where people didn't know you. So it's giving Mean Girl. I'm just gonna be real with you. But we're gonna go ahead and pull and see how this would affect Ice Spice's career. If your team CleoTrapa, put a 3. If your team Ice Spice, put a 4. If your team none of them, put a 5. All right, let's go ahead and pull. What is the full breakdown between Ice Spice and CleoTrapa? What is the full breakdown? Let's start with this. Why did Ice Spice really invite CleoTrapa on tour? Why did she invite her on tour? What is the real reason she invited her on tour? Is CleoTrapa being real when she said it's just for a look? I do think CleoTrapa has a point where she says, you know, it was for a look because she didn't want to look like a mean girl. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, I also feel like they didn't really want to pay anybody else to be opening. But yeah, I do get the hidden interest. I do feel like she's not lying when she says this was for a look. This was definitely for a look. Were they really friends? Did they really have a friendship? Sorry if you hear my baby crying in the background. My little man's is up. I do feel like there was a friendship at first. But I do feel like ego played a part in it. Ego definitely played a part in this friendship at the end of the day. Had to pause right quick to go get my son. You want to say something to the screen? I don't know if you guys can hear. You want to say something to the people? What you want to say? He said he done with y'all. Okay, so yes guys and goddesses, back to the reading. So what I want to say, so what I'm definitely getting at, I feel like they both weren't friends. I feel like it was ego. Do I feel like Ice Spice's career can recover after this? We're gonna get into that in my next Ice Spice reading. Obviously I gotta go be a mom right quick, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But leave me some questions for my Ice Spice reading for the next 5 years for her, and we'll go ahead and get into that here, and I can come back and expound more on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about these topics. Until then, see you in the next video. Peace.
Sagittarius,